only love. I am an old man now. My hair is white, and my hands are weak. I sit by the window and watch the world outside, but my mind is not here. It is in the past, where my heart still lives. I was a young man when I met her. She was the most beautiful girl in town. Her name was Lily. She had golden hair and the kindest eyes. She came from a rich family, and I was just a poor boy. But I loved her with all my heart. Her family did not like me. They said I was not good enough for her. But Lily did not care. She loved me too. We ran away and got married. It was not easy, but we were happy. Love was enough for us. We had simple days. I worked hard, and she made our small house a home. We laughed, we talked, and we dreamed. Every morning I woke up and saw her smile. That was all I needed. But life is not always kind. Hard times came, and we struggled. Still, Lily never complained. She stayed by my side. She gave me strength when I felt weak. She was my light in the dark. I did not know that one day that light would begin to fade. Lily started feeling tired all the time. At first, she said it was nothing. Just a little rest, and I will be fine, she told me with a smile. But I saw the pain in her eyes. She was not the same. She became weaker every day. I took her to the doctor. He looked serious. He did many tests and then called us into his office. His words changed my world forever. "She is very sick," he said. "She needs treatment, but it will be hard." Lily held my hand and smiled. "Do not worry," she said. "We will face this together." She was always strong, even when she was in pain. I wanted to be strong too, but inside I was afraid. Days turned into weeks, and weeks turned into months. Lily's body became weak, but her heart stayed the same. She still smiled. She still held my hand. I tried to make her laugh, to give her hope, but deep inside I knew the truth. She could not do the things she loved anymore. She could not walk in the garden or dance in the rain, but she never complained. "I have everything I need," she said. "I have you." Every night I sat by her side and told her stories of our past. I wanted to keep her in this world, even for a little longer, but I knew that time was running out. Lily's condition got worse. She could no longer get out of bed. I sat beside her every day, holding her hand. Her fingers were cold, but her touch was soft. She still smiled at me, even when she was in pain. Doctors came and went. They gave her medicine, but nothing could stop the sickness. I watched her grow weaker, and my heart broke a little more each day. I wanted to take away her pain. I wanted to make her better, but I could do nothing. One evening, as the sun set, Lily looked at me with tired eyes. "Do you remember the day we met?" she asked. Her voice was weak, but her smile was warm. "Of course," I said. "You were the most beautiful girl in the world. You still are." She laughed softly. "You were so nervous," she said. "You could not even say your name." I smiled. "And you helped me. You made me feel brave." She squeezed my hand. "You have always been brave," she whispered. "You took care of me. You gave me love. I am not afraid because I have you." Tears filled my eyes. "I will always be with you," I said. "Always." That night she slept peacefully. I watched her, afraid to close my eyes. I knew that our time was short. I wanted to hold on to every second, every breath, but deep inside I felt it. The end was near. The next morning, Lily did not wake up. I called her name softly, but she did not answer. I held her hand, but she did not move. My heart pounded in my chest. I knew this moment would come, but I was not ready. The doctor arrived and checked her. He looked at me with sad eyes. "She is gone," he said. His voice was quiet, but his words were heavy. I felt empty. My whole world stopped. Lily was my life, my love, my everything. And now she was gone. I sat beside her for hours. I held her hand and whispered her name. I told her I loved her. I told her I would never forget her. But she did not hear me. She was at peace now. People came to say goodbye. They told me she was a wonderful woman. They told me to be strong, but how could I be strong without her? That night I sat alone in our home. The house was quiet, too quiet. I looked at her chair, her books, her favourite cup. Everything reminded me of her. I closed my eyes and remembered her voice, her smile, her laugh. She was gone, but her love stayed with me, and I knew no matter how many years passed, I would always love her. Days passed, but my heart remained heavy. The house felt empty without Lily. Every corner held a memory. I could still hear her laughter in the air, see her smile in my dreams, and feel her warmth in my heart. I spent my days sitting by the window, watching the world move on. People walked by, children played, and life continued. But for me, time had stopped. I did not know how to live without her. One evening I found an old wooden box in our bedroom. It was Lily's. With trembling hands I opened it. Inside were letters, photographs, and small notes she had written over the years. My eyes filled with tears as I read her words. One letter caught my attention. It was addressed to me. I unfolded it carefully. Her handwriting was soft and familiar. "My love, if you are reading this, it means I am no longer by your side. But please do not be sad. I want you to live. I want you to smile. I want you to find happiness, even without me. Our love is forever, but life must go on. Be strong, my dear." Tears rolled down my face. Even in death, she was thinking of me, caring for me. I held the letter close to my heart and whispered her name. That night, I sat outside under the stars. I looked up and imagined Lily watching over me. Maybe she was still with me, in the wind, in the stars, in my heart. I knew I could never forget her, but maybe, just maybe, I could learn to live again. The days slowly became easier, but the pain never left. I still woke up expecting to hear Lily's voice. I still set the table for two, but I also remembered her words. She wanted me to live. I started taking walks in the park where we used to go. The fresh air helped me think. I watched people laugh, talk, and enjoy life. I knew Lily would want me to find joy again. One afternoon I met an old friend. He sat with me on a bench and listened as I spoke about Lily. "She was a wonderful woman," he said, "and she would want you to keep going." His words stayed with me. I began writing about our love story. Page by page, I filled a notebook with our memories. Writing made me feel closer to her. It was my way of keeping her alive in my heart. Years passed, and I grew older. My hair turned white, and my steps became slower. But Lily's love never faded. It was in the sunshine, in the laughter of children, in the quiet nights under the stars. Now I wait for the day we meet again. I do not fear death. I know she is waiting for me, just as she promised. And when my time comes, I will take her hand once more, and we will walk together into the light.